Well, kia ora everybody, and welcome to David Farrington Park in Wellington for Central South Series men's football action in 2021. This is round 2 match featuring the home team Miramar Rangers up against the Wellington Phoenix Academy side. Miramar come into this match having won their round 1 clash against Western Suburbs, the crosstown rivals, by 2-1, and the Phoenix come into this game having lost their opening game 4-2 to Wellington Olympic, but were pretty impressive in the second half of the game. Conditions looking pretty good in Wellington today. The temperature's around 16 degrees. There is a fresh nor'wester though, which will favour the team playing from left to right when we get to our wide shot. Here is the Wellington Phoenix side, just 2 changes from last week's side. Number 6, Finn Conchi is starting. Sebastian Button Ginger drops back to the subs bench for this game, and the goalkeepers have switched over. We have Kelly Heald coming in, LB Kelly Heald starting, and Henry Gray a sub this week. Elsewhere, it's a side chock full of young, exciting talent, which includes New Zealand underage representatives Henry Hamilton and Oscar Van Hattem. The captain is Lewis Toomey, and the coach Chris Greenacre.
Well, Chris, the team was in the game for long periods last week against Olympic. What areas are you looking to improve this week?
I think it's really important to take that momentum I think we had, especially in the first half. I thought we came out of the blocks very, very well and had some really good, clear opportunities in that first half, and potentially could have put the game to bed. Didn't happen. So I think moving into this game, if we can be a bit more ruthless in front of goal, that would be an area that we'd want to improve.
What's the overall objective for yourself and the team for this series?
I think it's just giving the younger players a taste of what's to come. You know, hopefully in the next step of their development, you know, stepping up to the National League is something they need to do, and need to do well, and need to do it quickly. If they've any chance to have some longevity within the game, and also if they want to step up to the first team and perform in the A-League. So the National League is the next step in their development, and it's really important that they can try and stand up and compete, because that way they put themselves in the shop window, hopefully turn themselves a professional contract.
And how are you going to break down this Miramar team?
Oh, it'd be very difficult. No, they've a lot of experience. They're very strong at the back, and obviously up front with Mason Smith, can always cause you a lot of problems. So throughout they've got their strengths everywhere pretty much. But again, it's about us working on what we can do, our structure, sticking to our structure. We'll have to be disciplined in our defensive shape, and hopefully we can again create some opportunities like we did last week, and hopefully put 1 or 2 of those away.
All the best, huh?
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Well, there we are, Chris Greenacre. Let's have a look at the Miramar Rangers side now. That features a couple of changes from last week's side as well. Central defender Taylor Shrivers is out today, but his absence is offset by the return of his Team Wellington teammate from last year, number 2, Scott Midgley. Also, Frenchman Hugo Delhommel is a sub last week. He starts today. He switches places with Ollie White, who's on the subs bench, and Joel Morrier gets a start with the experienced Andy Bevan, a sub this week. The captain is Sam Dewar, and the coach is Scott Hales.
Well, Scott, victory over Western Suburbs last week. What's been the focus for yourself and the team this week?
Pretty much the same. We know we're going to play a very high energy Phoenix Academy team, so preparing physically has been at the forefront. I felt that although we had a man extra last week, we dipped away for the last 20, where that was the heat, so we've looked a little bit physically. We've played these guys so many times.
All right, that was Scott Hales. We're not too far away from kick-off here at David Farrington Park here in Miramar, and we're going to have Wellington Phoenix in the yellow and the Miramar Rangers here in the blue and the black. Joining me in the commentary, Michael Bilt, who is, of course, a Eastern Suburbs player at the moment, former Hamilton Wanderers player. Nice to have you on the call here, Michael. Should be a good clash.
Yes, thanks, Glenn. Nice to be here in a slightly different position rather than on the field, up in the commentary box. But I'm really looking forward to this fixture. I think these are 2 teams that have started off their season well, so let's get stuck into it.
Indeed, the referee is Ben O'Connell. And we'll talk to you a little bit too about how we don't have any Auckland teams in this competition this year. Of course, you would have been playing in that Eastern Suburbs side this season, but we'll have a look. So the wind here, it doesn't look too bad looking at those trees in the top right-hand corner of the screen. There is supposed to be a fresh nor'wester blowing, which will favour Miramar in the first half here at their home turf, Dave Farrington, which is looking pretty good here. Miramar, remember, coming in with a 2-1 win behind them after that win last week against Western Suburbs. enhanced though by the sending off of a Western Suburbs player, Rahanu Tau in that game, and they really did take over after that. And the Phoenix were, well, they had a bright performance, didn't they, last week, even though they lost?
They certainly did. I was very impressed by how they played, considering a number of young players that are over in Australia at the moment, so they're missing a few key players for them, but lots of energy. Really like to get at Wellington, and they pressed them.
Oh, here's a chance early perhaps here for the Phoenix. A slightly untidy effort here from Miramar as they want to get the ball clear. But yes, the Wellington Phoenix side, a very young team. Every single player in their squad is a teenager except Achol and also Toomey, the captain, 21 and 20 respectively. So all the others are in their teenage years. So again, some bright prospects coming through the Wellington Phoenix side as we have a look at Akers coming through him. Barnett, who was a very useful performer last week for Miramar on that left midfield position. Here he is in possession now, and he's hounded there by Joseph Chiari, who has managed to get the ball back for the Phoenix. Most of these players played for Lower Hutt City in the Central League, the Phoenix players. They finished third this year.
I believe they've had a couple of good, tough competitions against each other, a few games where I think Miramar got the better of the Phoenix first game, or Lower Hutt, should I say, and then I think in that second fixture they got a 4-2 win, Lower Hutt. So
yeah, there'll be a lot of players that are familiar with each other out there. So the Phoenix back in possession here. Yes, always interesting geography here at David Farrington Park with that cliff, that hill coming right down, almost right on Aaron Spain here, who's got the throw in here. Sometimes you have to go backwards to go forwards. As we see Jones out of the area. Brian was hustled nicely by Achol there. Interesting player, Achol, isn't he?
Yeah, very similar start for the Phoenix this week as they did last week. They look to get very organised straight away, but they are a very energetic team. They want to go and press. They're looking for that trigger, as you see now. Manny's trying to get pressure on, not let them have too much time and space to play. And I predict Miramar are going to try and have nice, comfortable possession and try and build up and play through the thirds. So Phoenix obviously going to look to try and press them high and upset that.
It will be interesting to see how successful that tactic is, particularly from the Phoenix. Now Rangers go long here. It was a good pass. It's Mason Smith on the ball now. Akers into the area, and that just was a little strong there for Owen Barnett.
Barnett, very dangerous player, makes those dynamic runs, also looks to try and drop in and get on the ball, loves to run with it. So he's one of those players that the Phoenix will need to watch out for, especially ball to feet facing forward. He's got the ability to just go past players, so that's a big threat for Miramar.
Yeah, well, Barnett is a good young player. He's only 19 himself. As we see Spain. So the Phoenix on the ball here. That's a good ball into the top of the area. Ooh. Oh, and goodness me, Zach Jones was wrong-footed there big time, and there was a big chance, as it turned out, for Van Haddam.
Again, he had a big week last week on the score sheet twice, so he's almost notched one in early in this game. It's a good start for the Phoenix.
Well, that would have been a very good goal. Jones maybe was unsighted partially. Couldn't quite see where the ball was, but he was absolutely in no man's land there for a second. Akers again chasing this one through, and Chiari has got it back to Kelly Heald, and that was a close call at the other end. And Spain now back in possession here, playing it right back today. He might switch over to the other side as he did last week. So shaky start for Miramar as we see Barnett chasing after this one again. Mason Smith, but he's been dispossessed, and away comes the Phoenix again.
These are these moments you've got to watch out for with this Phoenix team, with all of that energy. Soon as in transition, as soon as they get that ball, they look to break fast with the counter attack, and they did a bit of damage last week.
Hughes back to Supik. Toomey lost the ball there. Dalhomel was on him, but referee O'Donnell is going to rule there was a foul there. It's going to be a Phoenix free kick. Lewis Toomey, one of the survivors of the Phoenix team from last year in the ISPS Hunter Premiership, played 13 games last season. So even though he's a young lad, still only 20, he'll be one of the leaders of this team and the go-to men to get some of perhaps more inexperienced players performing at their best. So Toomey himself is going to take this one. Former Hawke's Bay player as well. Didn't get a good connection, did he? Toomey's got it again. Nicely gathered there by Midgley for Miramar Rangers, and it's going to be Miramar who'll get the free kick. So interesting 7 minutes to start with, been quite even so far. This is Zeb, had a fine game last week against Western Suburbs, very dangerous.
Another good player, very good 1v1, lots of speed, very difficult to mark. So Miramar will be looking to try and get him on the ball as much as possible and isolate against the Phoenix fullback.
It's nicely controlled by Barnett, that pass from O'Brien. The Phoenix are able to clear the ball now. And Aaron Spain at home, now in Wellington, former Canterbury player. Schreiber's not playing today. Interesting to see him not there. So O'Brien just passing the ball there. Miramar will miss him. He's a real solid central defender.
Lots of experience, but I know Flynn. I've actually coached him from way back in the day in the youth league, and he's a very good footballer, very good on the ball, and he'll they won't lose anything with him filling in that centre back position.
Joao Morrier playing deep, and that's a good cross field ball there to Sam Mason-Smith. This is Barnett again.
Looking very dangerous early on, Barnett.
Yeah, very lovely. Gets lots of touches early as Zeb. Now Spain comes up from right back. It's a good ball, and Mason-Smith almost got connection there. And it's scrambled clear by Isaac Hughes. Nice build-up.
Really good play that from Miramar, getting down the sides. Great ball in. Could have been that's first really good chance for Miramar.
O'Brien. Good width again by Akers. Ooh, it was just missed by Morrier. If he was able to control that one, that could have been interesting. Dalhomel in the central midfield position. Here's the Frenchman again. Nutmegs. Henry Hamilton. Now Harris Zeb. Zeb, good work from him. Cut out there by Conchi. And Lewis Toomey will use Kelly Heald again. Kelly Heald just 16 years old. In the goalkeeper's position today for the Phoenix, his twin brother Lucas is a sub, so hopefully they'll both get out there at some stage in this game. They are the youngest players out there. Here's Harris Zeb.
Really trying to get at them down this right-hand side with Harris. It's proven to be a good tactic so far. They've got around the outside a number of times here.
Here's Sam Mason-Smith. Nice ball. Ooh, it was cut out there. And Dewar almost linked up with his teammate and could have been very interesting had he done so, but some good defending by the Phoenix. Those Phoenix defenders getting themselves in good position. Now Toomey has it. A pass to Achol was not a good one from him that time. And Dewar gives it back to Del Homel. So 11 minutes played, 0-0. Miramar winning their first game, and the Phoenix playing Wellington Olympic last week, the Central League champions for this season, going down 4-2. Spain. Some good bench firepower too for Miramar to call on to. Andy Bevan, Ollie White, who played very well last week. You can imagine those two could be quite key down the stretch of this game.
They'll be huge coming off the bench. Both very influential attacking players from last week. Both had parts to play in all of the good play and some of the goals. I know Ollie White had scored a good goal and was very creative throughout the whole game. So I'm sure they'll be looking to get him on at some stage.
Well, Midgley, that was a fine run from him there, and he's been brought down a few metres outside the area. Good work from Scott Midgley there. 15 games he played for Team Wellington last season, and he didn't play last week, and it was a really useful run-in from left back from him.
I think you can see the conditions. The wind is definitely helping. You can see Miramar trying to tempt the Phoenix out on that press, and then as soon as that happens, they're looking to then spray that ball in behind or into wide areas and hurt the Phoenix. So I think if the Phoenix just hold on for the meantime and try not to give away an early goal and take this into the second half with the scores close, could be an interesting game.
So George Akers and Hugo Del Homel are over the ball here for Miramar Rangers. It's going to be left for Del Homel. Oh, he wasn't far away, but unfortunately it was just a touch high. Interesting player. He played 6 games for Hawke's Bay last season, Del Homel. Good pickup for Miramar this season. Sam Mathan-Smith, good job to bring it down to deck as Harris Zeb gives it back to Mason Smith. Plenty of yellow jumpers there. Akers. Mason Smith. Well, there were plenty of yellow jumpers there, though, that time, Michael.
Miramar always going to have that threat with Sam Mason-Smith. They've always got that option of just those early deliveries. He's just peeled off the defender there, and it's a good little bit of movement. But like you say, yeah, Phoenix looked to deal with that quite well. Lots of numbers in the box.
Well, that falls for the Phoenix, and that's a good ball. There's a chance. It's straight at Zach Jones off Oscar Van Hadam. Well, second time we've seen him get the opportunity to have a crack. He was on target that time, but just didn't get the width on the shot.
Yeah. Very dangerous player. Again, he's already had a few moments early on in this game. Van Hadam is definitely a key player for the Phoenix. Should be looking to get him on the ball a lot. Very clinical last week with some of his finishing.
There's some good passing coming in here. Morrier, one touch into Mason Smith was a target of that pass. Barnett's back in possession now for Miramar. Now this is Dewar.
Here's that transition now.
Yeah, Achol. Gives it to Toomey. Toomey looking for Achol again. Good ball. Oh, he's brought down and it's a penalty. It's a penalty. And referee O'Donnell did not hesitate there by pointing to the spot. And there didn't seem to be much contact on Manny Achol, but down he went. Let's have a look here, Michael. Well, more like a clip than anything, didn't it?
Very delayed and going down as well. Not too sure. Didn't see too much contact there.
Oh, Aaron Spain was the player for Miramar who has ruled to commit the foul, and here is a penalty, and it's Oscar Van Hattem to take it. Scored twice last week against Olympic. Zach Jones is the keeper for Miramar. And it's 1-0 to the Phoenix.
Good penalty. Struck that with real conviction, sent the keeper the wrong way. That's 3 for the season.
Well taken penalty from Oscar Van Hattem, and it's the Phoenix leading. They've certainly had a couple of chances in the first half, although Miramar have been dominating possession, but it's all about putting the ball at the back of the net.
That's right. I feel Miramar will probably feel a bit hard done by with that, because they definitely have controlled the ball early on and sort of created the better chances. But as we said, Phoenix in that transition, that was that moment where Manny's managed to get in behind and force a challenge from the defender, give the ref a decision to make.
Well, it'll be interesting to see now how Miramar will react after that decision. Again, Achol. Again, the won't get the decision going his way that time as we see Nguyen go forward. Well, we see Aaron Spain back in possession now for Miramar. A long ball played this time, and it's not going to be finding the man this time. So the Phoenix getting the first goal.
Couldn't have asked for a better start. It's a definite clear tactic here from Miramar, really trying to use that wind and get in behind the Phoenix early. Phoenix are standing up to the challenge at the moment.
Yeah, Chris Greenacre again will be delighted with the attitude of the players at the moment, Michael. They're all out there giving it a good crack, aren't they?
Yeah, what's great to see about this Phoenix team from last week and then the early signs of this week, as I said before, they're really high energy. They're working for each other, but they're quite a organised outfit at the moment. You can tell they've been working hard and they're very strong defensively, albeit they conceded the 4 goals last week. I don't think that was really a fair reflection of the performance they put in. They really look to just launch off that counter, be organised, and then at times win that ball high off some good pressing.
And now we've got a little bit of a confrontation here between Harris Zeb and look like Supik in there as well. Didn't look like there was too much in that one. The original foul was conceded by the Phoenix. Some nice touches again. Here's Achol. Chiari comes forward on that right hand side as we see Hamilton get a touch. So a lot of these players from the Phoenix getting time for Lower Hutt during the Central League, but now we've got a card being handed out here, and Achol's going to be carded this time. Foul committed there on Scott Midgley. I just wonder if referee was sending a message to all the players from both teams there, just to cool it off a little bit. Spain. Ooh, No, it's not going to go against Hatchell there. He got plenty of ball there, Michael. Unlucky.
Not sure about that. I think Flynn just got caught on the ball a little bit, doing a bit too much, and got pressed quite well. I'm not sure about that call, but it's a little bit of a let-off for Miramar there, I think.
Here's a nice touch from Mason Smith, and Morrier didn't quite get the power he was wanting on that one, but still nice move there to create the opportunity.
Yeah, some good combination play in and around that final third.
Good to see Joao Morrier still playing. Of course, he was a bit of a staple at Auckland City for a few seasons before he nipped back overseas.
Got some good depth in this Miramar team when you can bring someone like him in, and then you got the likes of Bevan and White, as we mentioned, on the bench.
Seb, Morrier leaves it for Barnett. Dewar. This is Akers. Another former Hawke's Bay player who's moved south in the winter. Scott Midgley again, who made that decisive run earlier. Barnett. Akers again. Can't quite find his centre forward there, Morrier, but Zeb is still in possession for Miramar. Now Spain delivers. Morrier, acrobatic.
Great effort.
And a good football again from Miramar Rangers. And again, Morrier probably again didn't quite get that connection he was looking for there, but it was very, very useful build-up again.
Most definitely. It's great. Miramar got that ball in the attacking half and showed a bit of good patient play there, working the ball from one side to the other before creating that chance. Phoenix having to work quite hard at the moment just to keep Miramar under wraps.
Feels quite even though, doesn't it? Even though Miramar probably have a higher percentage of possession at the moment, they still haven't really created too many clear-cut chances. Maybe there is one looming here for Akers. Mason Smith. Morrier. Comfortably cleared away, but only as far as Aaron Spain. O'Brien. Is Hatchell again? He's sniffing around there, isn't he?
That's what the Phoenix are looking for. They won't mind this too much. They won't be too bothered about Miramar in the position. They probably would have expected it and planned for it. This is what they're looking for, that platform. As soon as they win it, they look to break fast with Hatchell and the likes of Van Haddam as well.
Dewar has it for Miramar. That one's going to leak over for a goal kick. So 1-0. Midway through the first half. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Oscar Van Haddam scoring the goal from the penalty in the 17th minute. And referee's going to play advantage there. Now he is going to go back.
Ooh,
and a yellow card's been handed to Hugo Del Homel. So a couple of yellow cards now in the game.
There's definitely got a bit of a feisty nature about this game at the moment, which is good. Don't mind that. It's very competitive.
Hughes and Sermon are the central defenders. Through ball's not going to be found this time. Comfortably handled by Kelly Heald, who's played solid so far. The 16-year-old in goal for the Phoenix. Toomey. Hatchell a little fortunate to get the ball there. And now Miramar can come forward. Oh, nice challenge coming in there from Henry Hamilton. Good young player, Henry Hamilton, just 19 years old. Now Homel again, and it's back to O'Brien. So switch it over to the left. And Akers. Bit of pressing this time from the Phoenix. That was better that time from the Phoenix. Not much Miramar could do on that occasion, Michael.
No, they're definitely building with confidence, I think. That goal, giving them something to just work in hard and protect. As I said, with that, the conditions, it should help them going into that second half. So being 1-0 up is a real bonus for them at the moment.
Morrier wins the header. Now Midgley in space. Akers plays an early ball into Mason Smith. Phoenix have good numbers back though as Dewar looks to control this. Akers. Here's Barnett. Tries to cook something up with Akers. Barnett, did he stay on side? He has. Still there, but the Phoenix, oh, that wasn't well cleared. Here's Zeb. And now it will be the pressure from Miramar will stay on with a throw in here. Or did it go across the byline? It did. It's going to be a corner.
Phoenix need to stay switched on with all of these sort of set plays with older, experienced players. This is always a tough thing for the young players. Got to make sure you're switched on.
Akers with the corner cleared away. He'll get another chance here though. And LB Kilt's lost it. And it is Morrier unable to get it on target. So the Phoenix, just those little half bounces or just not quite falling for the Miramar Rangers team in the area at the moment.
No, there's that scrambled defence. I think Phoenix are working hard to try and get their blocks in and clear the ball. A couple of half clearances there. But you get the feeling that Miramar sort of starting to build some pressure now and they're knocking on the door. So Phoenix are going to need to work hard.
Barnett almost losing the ball again and nicely picked up by Lewis Toomey. Toomey, good ball. Oh my goodness, it's Van Hattem. Van Hattem, it's been saved. That was remarkable. How did that not go in as the Phoenix get the ball back? Well, only Einstein could explain that one.
Be interesting just to see as Van Hattem went through. It looked like he got clipped on the legs, which seemed to slow him down. Couldn't get his finish away as quick as he would have liked.
What a ball to him. Yeah, maybe Zach Jones just got him there, but what a stop on the line though, too.
What a save.
Incredible. I don't know who that was, but that Miramar player did a fantastic job to guide it onto the post rather than in the goal. Incredible. Wow, that was incredible, all right. As we see Miramar come forward through Owen Barnett now. Barnett trying to find Mason Smith, and it's back in the safe hands of LB Kelly Heald. Wow, mark that down. Could easily have been 2-0. Of course, Van Hattem had another couple of chances earlier on in the game as well.
This is what the Phoenix teams tend to do. They from last week, you know, don't necessarily have the possession all the time, but they do create some meaningful chances. And same thing again today.
Well, there was lots of space there for Kalen Nguyen, but he just drifted into an offside position. So plenty of things for the Miramar Rangers defence to be thinking about at the moment.
Similar to last week, it seems to be they do have all of that experience and that controlled possession. They like to have the ball, but just like last week against Western Suburbs, especially on the counter-attack, in behind their wing-backs with that back three, they got exposed a bit and isolated. The same sort of thing's happening again today.
Flicked on by Van Hattem. Well, Dewar and Delhomel getting a bit tangled up there, so Phoenix will look to keep the intensity going. Barnett back to Delhomel and now O'Brien. Well, Michael, normally you'd be playing in this competition, of course. No Auckland teams playing in it. You're part of that Eastern Suburbs team. It's a real shame, isn't it, that we don't have Auckland teams in the competition this year. But you're still active. You're still running around with your teammates at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. We're still training, obviously keeping the distance and doing a lot of running and fitness. It is a real shame that we couldn't have had the proper National League like we all wanted. I think the new setup and the new format's been great, and was really looking forward to coming up against some of these teams. Again, we're in round 2 of this Central Southern competition, and the games I've seen so far have been great, really competitive.
Well, there's a goal there, and it's João Morrier who's pounced on one that has not been able to be cleared by the Wellington Phoenix, and it is Miramar back on level terms. It is 1-1. Let's have a look at how unfolded. Wasn't able to be cleared there by number 4, Isaac Hughes, and Morrier doesn't miss too many from that range. Such an experienced player, 35 years of age now, and he gets his first goal of the season.
They'll be upset with that one, given a little bit of a gift there with the missed clearance, letting Miramar back in the game, especially after they could have gone 2-0 up.
Well, they could have easily have gone 2-0 up. Lovely control by Oscar Van Hattem. He's coming on really nicely. He's a good young player. And Hatchell couldn't quite link up with his teammate. As we see Van Hattem coming back. And a shot there trying to win the ball, and the foul is conceded. So, interesting first half here. Phoenix could have easily had 2 or 3 goals in this first half so far. O'Brien goes long this time.
Great ball.
Good chase too by Harris Zeb to pick that one up. He's got some gas, that lad. Here's Dewar. Plays it into Mason Smith. Mason Smith's just overcooked that one. So yeah, unfortunately, we would have seen Eastern Suburbs, Auckland City, Auckland United, Birkenhead all in the National League this year. Not to be, which is a real shame. Of course, the women's teams too from the Auckland Waikato region not playing either. Hopefully we'll get a full complement of teams next summer. That's all we can really hope for, right?
Definitely. I think there'll be a few of us up this way that are itching to get back to it next season, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Conchi plays the ball forward. Van Hattem, the target of that pass. And now George Akers in a bit of space. Miramar have looked good on this left-hand side with Barnett and Akers creating a few problems, but a good challenge from Conchi that time. Conchi has it again. Former Waikato base player.
Can hear Scott Hales screaming tighter to his players. They're not getting close enough. Wants a bit more pressure on that ball.
It's a good ball from Supek. No foul there on Lewis Toomey from Aaron Spain. Mitchell's got his work cut out to stop that one, and he's unable to do it. 10 minutes out from half time now. This is Adam Supek. Achol is creating plenty of problems.
He's definitely been very involved at the start of this game. A lot of good moves seem to be coming through him. Lots of energy as well from him on the pressing, creating chances for himself.
Yeah, well, he's again still an interesting prospect. 21, he's the oldest player in this Phoenix team. Here's a nice win by Conchi. Here's a chance for Toomey. Toomey couldn't get the angle on it. Comfortable save there for Jones that time.
Still getting chances though, which is the main thing. But we just wanting to keep getting more chances to hopefully get a little bit more clinical.
Here's Harris Zeb.
Great play.
Good play, Zeb. Zeb might concede the foul there. And he has. But lovely switching, wasn't it? Good ball from the keeper out to Akers. And then Akers seeing the opportunity on the other side of the field.
Yeah, with Akers and Zeb, as those wing backs, they've always got that width, and they'll constantly look to switch that ball from side to side to hurt the opposition in all of that space, because obviously the Phoenix are trying to be quite compact and defend connected together, so they'll slide across the pitch, which means there'll be a lot of space to get down the sides on the opposite side of the pitch. So you'll find Miramar trying to execute that.
Foul going there on number 11, Nguyen. Spain eludes Toomey's challenge. And Dewar, again Akers. Using the full width of the field, Miramar Rangers. Nice play, Morrier. Back to Akers. Lovely little flick pass into Barnett. This is looking nice. There's Akers. Well, he maybe just got a touch too cute for himself there. Again, it was looking promising from Miramar down the left-hand side this time.
Phoenix are getting all of those numbers behind the ball, but down that left-hand side with Akers and Barnett, they've got some really good combination between them and are able to get past their lines and cause some problems for Phoenix.
Barnett, that's good work off the ball from him, and Dewar's got it. Morrier, the goal scorer. Mason Smith. Bouncing then, cleared by Conchi, only just.
You can see how quickly Phoenix get everyone behind the ball.
Oh, that touch would have liked to have been better there from Achol, and now Zeb's in space on this right flank. He's got good pace, Zeb. Recovers nicely. Morrier looking to bring Akers into the game again. And it's going to go against George Akers. So foul right in that corner. Oh, amazing. Yesterday we were out at Petone Memorial Park watching the women's game in atrocious conditions, Michael, and it's so good to see the sunshine today. Let me tell you.
Not always the way in Wellington, so it is really good that the conditions aren't having too big a factor in this one. Played many a time at David Farrington, and that wind can be tough.
Yeah, particularly when it's blowing from the south. Freezing cold, eh?
Mm.
Barnett almost winning it back for Miramar on that occasion. Now Adam Supik playing solidly at left back. Just going through quite a period at the moment, but these teams will be keen to create again before half-time, and Barnett's off and running here. Good run from Barnett. He and Akers have combined really well in this game so far. Morrier thinks about going onto the right-hand side of Spain. Got a bit of green pasture in front of him. Zeb. Here's to Homel again. Oh, Barnett almost got that, but in the end, Well, no harm done for LB Kelly healed again. Greenacre barking instructions there to his team. He's just about had every role as a manager and a coach in the Phoenix over the last few years now, Michael, hasn't he? Interim coach, joint coach, assistant coach, and now academy coach.
Yep, he's certainly he's been busy. He's been involved in a number of different teams. Very lucky these young players here to have him at the helm at the moment and be able to learn off him. I imagine that would be great for all of them at the moment. And they, as you can see, the product that they're putting on the pitch is they're looking really organised. They're working hard for each other, which is great. They've got some good young ones coming through.
Here's Akers for Miramar Rangers. Yeah, of course, Greenacre was a pretty decent player himself in his day, as well as being a very good coach. A lot of football knowledge in that head. And if you're any of these Wellington Phoenix players, you've got a good resource to learn from there for sure. Well, there's that lethal left-hand combination again. Barnett and Akers. Mason Smith. Bit of space here for Dahomel. He might have a pop. Ooh, wasn't far away. Oh, Hugo Dahomel. Probably made the defensive error which saw that penalty conceded back in the 17th minute, which Oscar Van Hattem converted. Nicely controlled by Morrier. Mason Smith there, sneaking around. 3 minutes out from half time. Miramar would love to strike again. Of course, they came back from 1-0 down to win last week against Western Suburbs, although they were greatly helped by a red card. Here's Mason Smith, good ball to Barnett. Oh, he was looking for the back heel, wasn't he? Well, back roll, but he just couldn't get a good connection on it. And the Phoenix are able to clear, not for too long though. As Dahomel. Here's Spain again. Far post to target. Morrier. Oh, half volley, unable to control it. But again, Miramar Rangers promising. Plenty of yellow jumpers there though, Michael.
Can definitely see Miramar trying to be patient, keeping that ball. But with all of those numbers behind the ball as well with the Phoenix, I think a big part of the game is going to be balls in the box and how the Phoenix do defend them. So we saw with that first goal with Miramar, sort of missed clearance. They will look to feed off mistakes like that, use that experience and their presence.
Here's Akers in space. Akers again cleared, but only just. Here's Morrier. Here's Dahomel. Dewar. And now Scott Midgley. So right on half time now. There's going to be no added time in this first half. So almost right at the end here of the first half. Good challenge coming in from Barnett. And that will do it for the first half. Well, been an interesting first half with 2 goals in it. Oscar Van Hattem getting the penalty in the 17th minute. And that gave the Phoenix the lead 1-0. And that was equalised later in the first half by João Morrier, who capitalised on a defensive error from Isaac Hughes to equalise for Miramar Rangers. It's half-time here at David Farrington Park, and it's 1 goal apiece. Well, good to see some blue skies here at the back of Miramar. And that nasty weather system seems to have moved through now. He's taking the corner. Nice touch there, it's in! And Western Suburbs have opened the scoring in the first 8 minutes.
But I think the stoppage of play, probably players lost a little bit of concentration. Hard to see from that angle.
Barnett, good play from him. Oh, it's off the crossbar from Bevan. Still there for Zeb. Now Spain. Here's Bevan. And it's across the face, no one there to put it home for Miramar Rangers. Stroud. Cut out by Barnett. Now this could be dangerous here as Barnett runs. Akers. White. Good turn, good change of direction. White, he's there. And Ollie White has equalised for Miramar. Beautifully taken goal, exceptional finish. Miramar dominating everything really since that moment. But they've only managed to get 1 goal. Now here's Akers again with this corner. Sims is partially blocked there. It's still there. It's clipped and yes! There is the goal for Miramar. Yes, it is a goal. It is Sam Mason-Smith who's got the goal. Gut kick again in space. Cook up here. Delivers a good ball to Ingham. Oh, Ingham so close to equalising. But that is full time. And Miramar Rangers win this game by 2 goals to 1. Yes, the highlights of last week's win there for Miramar Rangers over the Western Suburbs side, and the other winner last week was Cashmere Technical in the battle of the Christchurch teams, beating Selwyn United by 2 goals to 1 at English Park. So those games in round 1, and of course Wellington Olympic we've touched on earlier, beating the Wellington Phoenix by 4-2. So here are the results of this weekend so far. Wellington Olympic too strong for Selwyn, 4-1. Very good win there at Wakefield Park yesterday. Western Suburbs have gone down to Christchurch today and beaten Cashmere Technical 1-0. That's a very good win for them. And at half-time here at David Farrington Park in the third and final game, Miramar 1-1 with the Wellington Phoenix. So if Miramar go on and win this game, they'll join Wellington Olympic at the top of the table. And if the Phoenix can somehow win this game, then they'll get on the board, which will leave Selwyn United as the only team without any points after 2 rounds this season. Let's have a look at the women's series now. Round 1 last week saw Capital Football beat Central by 2-0. And the Canterbury Pride, the defending ISPS Hunter Women's champions from last year, 2-time defending champions, so maybe surprisingly going down to Southern United there by 2-1 last week. We had round 2 matches played yesterday, and Southern's great form continued with a 3-1 win over Central and Capital. They looked good in that game against Canterbury United, winning by 3-1. So that means that Southern and Capital are unbeaten after 2 rounds, and surprisingly Canterbury United haven't won any games or haven't even got a point yet in their 2 games this season. The great news is round 3 coming up this weekend will feature that top of the table clash between Capital and Southern. So looking forward to that game coming up next weekend. So that's exactly where we are. That brings you right up to date with both the women's and the men's scores and all the results and tables to this point here of the championship. So looking forward to you coming back with us in about 10 minutes' time for the second half of this match between Miramar Rangers and the Wellington Phoenix. It's 1-1 all. Well, welcome back here to David Farrington Park in Miramar, Wellington for coverage of the South Central Men's Football Championship for 2021. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Round 2 action between the Wellington Phoenix and the Miramar Rangers side. It is 1 goal all at the moment, with Oscar Van Haddam scoring the goal for Wellington Phoenix from the penalty spot. And then Miramar's equaliser coming for João Morrier, number 17 for Miramar Rangers, getting his first goal of this series. João Morrier. No subs for either team. Great conditions here too for David Farrington Park. It's still a little breezy, with the wind going to favour the team in the yellow. That's the Wellington Phoenix Academy side in the second half. And we're almost all set now for what should be a compelling match. Can Miramar go on and win this game and join Wellington Olympic, the Central League champions, at the top of the table? Well, just a slight delay to the start, and Aaron Spain looks like what sort of bird has he got there? Pigeon.
That's a first.
Well, hopefully that bird's okay. Aaron Spain showing promise as an SPCA officer there. Good on him too. Well, great to see the sun shining after some nasty weather this weekend all through New Zealand. So 1-1 it is. Miramar in the blue, Wellington Phoenix in the yellow. Tactically, what would you like to see from both teams as we navigate their way through the second half here? Starting first, Michael Bilt with the Wellington Phoenix.
Well, the Phoenix, they just got to make sure, I think the big thing with Miramar, they're controlling the ball and they're looking to control that position, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing for the Phoenix, as they're looking to counter quickly on the break. So they'll be looking to keep doing that, being really effective on that transition, fast transition, and when they get in front of goal, be a little bit more clinical.
Here's Achol, and it's going to be a corner for the Phoenix. Some great play from Achol there to keep that one alive and earn his team a corner.
Definitely. He's been a bright spark in the game today for the Phoenix. He's been a constant nuisance for Miramar, and they're having to deal with him. That sort of moment right there is what we're talking about in that transition. Really tough for Miramar to get back and get numbers behind that ball.
Well, let's see if the Phoenix can convert this early in the second half. Ball's over Achol's head, still there for the Phoenix. Van Haddam again, and he's just wide. And did it take a slight deflection? We're going to have another corner.
Van Haddam, once again, really lethal when he gets that ball down, even from range, outside the box, tight angle. He always finds a way to get a shot off.
So another corner here for the Phoenix. Cleared away by Miramar this time. Zeb, who's not going to take any chances. And it's going to be the Phoenix who are going to have to build again from the back. But Van Haddam very close to getting the Phoenix back to a 2-1 lead. So that's the Phoenix. What about from the Miramar Rangers perspective?
I feel Miramar will be saying a little bit more the same, like around keeping the ball. They're doing well, especially down that left-hand side, combining with Akers and Barnett, and I think they need to keep utilising those two, because they were getting a lot of good mileage down that side. But I think that the key thing for them is, whilst they're trying to go and search for the winner in this game, they need to keep that balance from when they are attacking, that they don't get counted on. So they need to just be aware of players that Phoenix are leaving forward for this quick transition here.
Van Haddam is fouled by Barnett. Phoenix will look to take it quickly again. So Joseph Chiari here. Remember, most of these players, whoops, getting in trouble there was Isaac Hughes, and he's actually going to be carded. Is he going to be carded? No, the referee does not pull out the card in the end. Want to put his hand in his pocket there. Didn't want to pull anything out. In fact, there was a yellow card. Who's getting the yellow card? Well, did he give it to Finn Sermon in the end back there?
Looks to be a bit of confusion.
Well, it's to Isaac Hughes, but he's walking. Can confirm it was to Isaac Hughes, number 4. Okay, so thank you to our man Fred de Jong on the sideline. He's doing a sterling job. Okay, so he gave it to the wrong player originally, and we can now confirm Isaac Hughes, the 17-year-old defender, did get the yellow card. So, glad we tidied that up. Here is Hugo Dalhomel with the free kick for Miramar. Achol tries to clear it. Morrier, good ball in, and there's a goal. It has been scored, and Miramar go in front. That was pinpoint accuracy with that cross, and it looks like George Akers has got on the end of that one to score it and give Miramar the lead. Great cross.
Lovely ball into the box. Akers finding himself just peeling off the back of his man and finding himself a free header in the 6 yard.
So Akers gets the goal. He 15 starts this season in 16 games, 21 games in fact in the Central League. That's his 4th goal of the year for Miramar Rangers across all competitions. And well, we could see the frustration, the reaction from the Wellington Phoenix for that foul that Hughes committed. And well, it's all good being frustrated, Michael, but you've got to put that behind you, don't you? Even if you disagree with the decision.
Yeah, definitely. That's going to be a tough one for them. They feel a bit hard done by on that decision, and then a goal to lead from that call is going to be testing their mental strength right now. They're going to need to brush it off and then get back to the game, because they've been creating chances, and I do believe they'll create more going forward.
Well, for the 2nd week in a row, Miramar Rangers come back from a 1-goal deficit to take the lead. So it's very promising for them as Akers now. It looks like he's switched to the right hand side. So he and Zeb have switched sides in the second half. We did see that last week too, so interesting tactical shift there from Scott Hales. I think it's always a good thing when you see coaches do that, Michael. It keeps the opposition guessing.
Definitely. I think it brings in a different element as well with Zeb on the left-hand side. He's right-footed. He'll like to cut in on his right, and then that brings a more of a goal-scoring opportunity for him when he's getting at players one-on-one.
Yeah, and also while it's testing the opposition, it's also good for the player himself too, to keep fresh, maybe play on the side of the field that he's maybe not as comfortable, and build up his skill set that way too. Definitely.
He would also need to make sure there'll be times he goes around the outside of his player and needs to use his weaker foot. But I feel like a good tactic to use, especially when you get defenders up against a player and they get used to him, and then you swap sides, and then they've got a different skill set that they're up against, which may cause them a bit more trouble. So see if it works for Miramar. So far it looks like Akers has got a good bit of mileage down that right side.
We'll watch Zeb too. He's on the ball right here, Harris Zeb. Quite get it to Mason Smith by the 6-yard box, comfortably cut out by the keeper, Kelly Heald. Van Hadam salvages that one. Oh, it's a good ball. Almost found his teammate there, Nguyen, up front. You can see Oscar Van Hadam's potency on the ball.
Very dangerous when he gets on the ball, bringing players into the game. You get the sense Miramar are on top, but you just have that feeling that the Phoenix can always get something on the break at any moment. So this game is all on for sure.
Well, taking the corner is Henry Hamilton. Oh, it's fallen there, almost there for Chiari. the foul had been conceded by the Wellington Phoenix. Yeah, Oscar Van Hadem, a good young player, coming through the system nicely. He's under 17s, New Zealand under 17s rep from 2 years ago. Went to the World Cup in Brazil that year. So this is where it gets tricky now, doesn't it? You know, he's coming into that age where he's under 20. He wants another World Cup to go to. But will there be one with COVID around the place at the moment? We saw World Cups last year cancelled, postponed to this year, now being cancelled again.
Yeah, it's a little upsetting. Obviously, it's a great opportunity for those young boys to get on a world stage and showcase their abilities and potentially get moves from there.
There's a great ball to Morrier downfield. Now Morrier's last cross from this position was pinpoint, and he's got round a defender too. Has Morrier almost into the foot there of Owen Barnett, and João Morrier creating problems for that Wellington Phoenix defence.
I think he just managed to wriggle past Supik and create a chance there. There's a couple of opportunities down that right-hand side now.
So corner here, it's going to be Akers to take it. And it's close to going in, and it's just been pushed wide by Flynn O'Brien.
Set play is a real problem for the Phoenix at the moment. Like we mentioned earlier in the game, that was always going to be an area Miramar we're going to try and make the most of.
Well, the central defenders don't get too many goals, as you know, Michael. Yeah. That's a great ball, and here comes the Phoenix. So this is Nguyen. Nguyen looking to get the ball over to Toomey, who just was a bit slow to get there. Maybe Nguyen might have been best to have a crack himself.
It looks that way. Toomey was just a little bit too far behind the play. The right idea if he was able to keep with it, but I think he may have been better just to take it on himself.
So corner to the Phoenix. Five players in the area for the Phoenix. It's over the head there of Chiari and cleared comfortably by Miramar that time. Appeals of a handball there go unanswered that time. And Hughes. Henry Hamilton. Good challenge coming in from Harris Zeb. He now switch back to the right-hand side.
It's been a good reaction from the Phoenix after that second goal conceded, so they seem to be building a little bit of pressure right now. Another corner.
So Lewis Toomey going over to take this one. Scored 11 goals for Lower Hutt City in the Central League and Chatham Cup this season. Toomey goes to the far post this time. Oh, and Van Hadem couldn't quite get the control on that head. They're not a tall team, are they, the Phoenix? They'd love a couple of tall defenders in there to come forward and be some good targets in the middle.
Most definitely. Van Hadem's not the biggest. Did get his head on it first, though. I feel maybe he would have been better off just trying to guide that ball back into the middle of the box there, create a bit of a scramble.
Well, good shot of Oscar Van Hadem, of course, famous name in New Zealand football. I think he 2 or 3 generations of New Zealand representatives in that name now, including his uncle Frank, who was, of course, the keeper for the 1982 World Cup. Chiari tries to find Toomey. Picked up here by Zeb. Spain's in space. Mason Smith. Good work from Mason Smith. Morrier, yes!
Great goal.
How good was that goal? João Morrier. Oh, yes, that one would have felt sweet. Some great work there by Mason Smith. And that was pinpoint, that header.
That was perfect. Again, coming down that right-hand side, Sam Mason-Smith finding himself outside the box this time. Lovely little turn to sell his man and work that ball on his left foot and put a pinpoint cross for Morrier, who's finished it beautifully.
Well, that's his 14th goal for Miramar Rangers this year. 19 games, 12 goals in the Chatham Cup and also the Central League. And it's looking comfortable for Miramar now. And just some defensive issues to sort out, do you think, at the moment for the Phoenix?
Yeah, again, it's coming from another cross into the box. I think the first goal obviously was a missed clearance, and then that's another cross into the box where a player's been left unmarked. With a team with this physical presence, you can't let that happen.
Well, Morrier has certainly added value up front, hasn't he, in this game? And some good work coming in from Mason Smith to create that opportunity. O'Brien over to Spain.
You can see now Miramar pulsing with confidence.
Akers uses his height and almost finds Mason Smith again. Akers and Owen Barnett. There's Morrier again. There's some good passing here. Dewar. Barnett. That first touch just let him down a smidgen. But it's still good work here from Miramar. They're holding the ball nicely through Spain. And in the end, Aaron Spain with that shot. But you can see the confidence starting to build a bit now, right?
Definitely. Miramar starting to play a bit more relaxed with that 2-goal cushion. It's going to be a really big test for Phoenix now with that 2-goal deficit, whether they mentally can keep themselves going. And just needs 1 goal and then they'll find themselves back in it. And I do think there will be chances for them. Again, Miramar just going to need to keep that balance and try and not allow many chances on the break for the Phoenix.
So Miramar again, interesting to see what we see from them now with the opportunity here for them to manage the game home here. There is still a long way out, 30 minutes to play. We've got some substitutions being made here by the Phoenix. Yeah, it looks like Sebastian Barton Ginger, number 14, is coming on. And Lucas Kelly-Heald is coming on as well, number 15. So Chris Greenacre making a couple of changes. Isaac Hughes is out of the game. So you can see number 4. And also Kalen Nguyen is out as well. His day is over. So we've got a new striker on and a new defender on. Barton Ginger, the striker. Keep your eye on him. He's a 16-year-old. Yeah, another young talent. There he is, trying to harass Scott Midgley there, number 2 for Miramar. He's so Barton Ginger wearing 14. Playing up front here is Akers. Switches it over to the right-hand side. It's a great ball again. But Lucas Kelly-Heald does a good job. So we've got the twins out there now too, Michael. Out for the Wellington Phoenix. LB and Lucas. Always cool for the family when you get your twins out there. There's Morrier. Looks to do a number here on Chiari. Morrier again. Barnett. Surrounded by yellow jumpers. Wisely uses George Akers. And just couldn't link up there with Sam Mason-Smith, his former teammate in the Hawke's Bay.
Barnett constantly looking to get on that ball. He's trying to get turned and look for those clever little 1-2s in and around the box and combining with Morrier. And there, he's looking really dangerous, and he has done throughout the whole game.
Well, Conchi giving up possession there. Zach Jones, well, he hasn't had much to do in the game so far. Again, another good young keeper, 20 years of age. course, he sat on the bench for the Wellington Phoenix senior team a few years ago as well. Didn't get on the field though, but that would have been a great experience for him at the time. Akers. There's Mason Smith, but Henry Hamilton is going to concede the foul there. A little unlucky there, Henry Hamilton, in all due respect to him there, wasn't he? Kind of got the ball trapped between his legs.
I thought so. Didn't give him much time to get up either.
Spain. Here's Zeb. Zeb around the defender nicely. Morrier. Oh, the pass to him just wasn't quite accurate enough. Of course, Morrier hunting a hat-trick now.
You really get that feeling now that Miramar are getting on top of the Phoenix. They could notch a few more in.
Yeah, they're controlling things nicely now. The home side. Here's Midgley. Made a scything run in the first half. Spain. Oh, Seb almost gets through again. Or was it Aaron Spain? It was Spain. It's still there. And Hamilton finally can clear the ball. And that's well won there by Manny Achol. Well, good run. And he feeds us outside nicely. Achol gets it back. Good work here from the Phoenix. Here's a chance, and Zach Jones is down securely there for Miramar. And Toomey it was. Nice combination there between Toomey and Achol. Foul is going to be conceded by Finn Conchi. Looks like that might be his last act of the game. Finn Conchi, he's going to be substituted. And Jackson Manuel is going to come into the game. So Jackson Manuel comes into the game wearing 16, and Finn Conchi, the midfielder, his day is done too now. So 24 minutes to play. Hamilton. Nice work here by the senior Phoenix, but Del Homel got in the road. Midgley for Miramar. Akers with that ball to Barnett. Hamilton's been working away hard in the midfield, hasn't he? Without much success in this game. Phoenix get the free kick. Morrier will concede the foul there. Jackson Manuel there, first look at him. 18 years old. Another young player coming through the Phoenix Academy. That was nice work by Mason Smith. Hamilton with a good win there for the Phoenix. And Toomey trying to link up there with Lucas. Kelly healed, couldn't quite do so. Well, the Phoenix still trying to play positively, Michael. They're finding it a bit tougher now, aren't they?
Definitely the momentum, obviously, with Miramar, and they've got that added advantage of being up. They can be a lot more patient and just look after that ball, which they're really good at doing. So the Phoenix are having to work extra hard to try and press and get that ball back off them. But what I do like to see is the likes of Hamilton in midfield. He is working really hard still. They haven't given up. Their mentality is still there, and they still feel like they're in the game. As we saw before, they had a chance. So it just needs one to go in, and then this game turns on its head.
Yeah, you just got to keep plugging and pushing. Absolutely, as Jones takes the goal kick. Nicely guided down from Morrier to Akers, who's got front foot running ball here. Akers gives it to Mason Smith. Zeb. Mason Smith. He just got a little cute there, perhaps. But Miramar still have another chance as Barnett combines with Morrier this time. Akers. No, Hommel. Well, Miramar in no hurry to take this throw in. It was a nicely anticipated by Dewar there to win the ball back for Miramar. Now Barnett. Barnett's going to run at the defence. Good work from him, but it was good defending their time from the Phoenix, and they can come away here, maybe in transition. Van Hattem. All the way back goes Adam Supik. Sermon. Over to Conchi, or rather to Chiaria that was, but again it's Miramar just sitting off at the moment a bit. You think at the moment, Michael?
I think they're quite satisfied and just managing the game at the moment. 3-1 up, there's no need to, they don't have to go and get another goal. I think position is the key right now, and if they can create chances they will, but there's no rush for them. Phoenix need to come at them and make something happen.
Looks like a bit of concern there for the captain for Miramar Rangers, Sam Dewar.
You do wonder when Miramar are going to go to their bench. Plenty of strength, as we mentioned earlier. Could come on and make a big impact again and just add or inject a bit of intensity to the game.
Yeah, 3 players on the bench that all got game time last week. Bevan, White and Wood. Nathan Symes also as well. Sam Dewar looks like he just copped might have winded him in the middle of the chest there. Dewar does a good job captaining this team, 26 years of age. Wasn't a regular starter for Team Wellington last year in the Premiership. Got a handful of games, but solid player all through the winter campaign here in the Central League.
One of those solid holding midfielders, does that unnoticed work a lot of the time. That is so important to the team.
Supik. Hamilton tries to pick out Van Hattem, who stayed on side. Van Hattem! In fact, he was offside, was he? Indeed he was.
That just shows that threat that Van Hattem has, though. That one moment when you got someone like that in your team, you're always in the game. It's a good little bit of movement, great touch to set up the shot, but unfortunately offside.
Well, I remember first commentating him 3 or 4 years back now when he was a real young fella, maybe 15, at a youth tournament at Western Springs, and he scored a stunning solo goal for Lower Hutt City in one game, and I thought, now this guy is going to be someone to watch, and it's really, really good to see him coming through and still being a good threat, as is Hamilton here. Here's Van Hattem through here, and there he is, the man we were just talking about. Has banged one home in impressive fashion. Oscar Van Hattem. I just wondered for a second whether he might have been offside, but he timed his run to perfection, and that's some finish.
It's a great finish. He's peeled out to the right, found himself in a bit of space there, and a great ball to see him. And again, a good finish, very clinical in front of goal. Always hits the target. And all of a sudden, Phoenix back in this game.
Well, you can see though the enthusiasm is back there now for the Wellington Phoenix. Well, Van Hattem, 2 goals last week, 2 goals this week. He scored every single goal that the Phoenix have scored in this campaign so far. And here is Barnett. Did that go over the byline? It's play on as Akers hauls it across to Morrier. Now Hommel looking for the ricochet, can't get it. And Dewar, who seems to have recovered nicely from that injury earlier, is Harris Zeb. Cuts back infield nicely. This is a good run from Zeb. Oh, it's been partially stopped there by Kelly Heald. Luckily for him, it didn't fall to the feet of a Miramar Rangers player. And now Barton Ginger's lost the ball. Mason Smith gives it back to Zeb again. Mason Smith over to Morrier. Almost gets it back, does the centre forward. Here is Zeb, and it's going to be Kelly Heald who finally gets it. Well, if anything, the goal that the Wellington Phoenix scored seems to have sharpened up Miramar a tad. Here's Toomey with a good run. Now Achol, good challenge from Spain to get the ball back there for Miramar Rangers.
Very open game at the moment, end to end.
Well, Sam Dewar's just been yellow carded for some reason. Not quite sure what the reason was. It's Van Hattem again creating havoc here for the Phoenix. Van Hattem. Oh, he's brought down. No penalty. No penalty. It's going to be a corner.
I think that may be a good call from the ref. It did look like he was anticipating that. Looked like the ball may have been just getting away from him a bit as well. Got a bit wide of the goal.
Well, he's a competitor, Oscar Van Hattem. And they've taken it short here, the Phoenix. Toomey. Nice touch. And that shot has been partially blocked from Manuel. So Miramar Rangers are about to make their first substitution, and Sam Mason-Smith is leaving the game. Miramar's leading scorer this season, 18 goals in 21 games, and he's going to be replaced by Nathan Symes, who's another striker. Mason-Smith's had a good solid game today. Along comes number 20, Nathan Symes. He played 10 games through the Central League and Chatham Cup, got 5 goals, mainly used as a substitute, only started 3 games. But he's out there now. And he's got 23 minutes to make an impression. Sermon over to Supik. Zeb. Good job from Harris Zeb again to win the ball back for his team. Now Hommel. Still some firepower there for Miramar Rangers on the bench. Bevan and White still to come on if required.
Definitely, they can impact game, very creative players. Just interesting to see what Scott Hales does, whether he thinks he needs them, whether he wants to go after another goal to see this game out or just see the game out.
O'Brien. Oh, he's lost it. Atchol's got it again. Good ball to Van Hatten. Here's Van Hatten again. Couldn't quite get the connection on the ball that time. Oscar Van Hatten. Hamilton's got it back for the Phoenix. Good work from the Phoenix. Here's Van Hatten trying to find Achol. Achol is a player open there. It's Toomey. Oh, Toomey's still there. Well, a big opportunity missed there by the Phoenix. Lewis Toomey. He should have pulled the trigger there, Michael.
Just tried to beat one player too many. He came in on his right, managed to get the ball out of his feet, and then just tried to take one more touch past the oncoming defender and lost his opportunity.
Wow, Miramar hanging on, and let's see what they can create at the other end here through Symes and now Akers. Akers gets it back.
I think this is what Miramar need to do now. They just need to calm the game down and get a hold of the ball and settle it, because this end-to-end stuff is good for the Phoenix. They're going to create opportunities from broken play. Just need to get some control back in the game, Miramar.
Oh, yellow card's been handed out to George Akers. Well, there's been a few yellow cards in this game today. Now, in the meantime, a substitution has been made and Owen Barnett is off for Miramar, and on comes Ollie White, number 15. Goal scorer last week for Miramar Rangers. So he's wearing 15. He's just chasing the ball there. There's Ollie White, an attacking midfielder. Phoenix look to utilise or cook something up on this left-hand side. And they want to throw in. 10 minutes to go. 3-2. It was 1-1 at half-time here in this South Central Series New Zealand National League match. See if there's going to be another twist in this game in these last few minutes.
What's great to see with this Phoenix team, they are a bunch of young players, but in the first game, round one, they went 2-0 down. And
where's Achol? Achol still there, still in the field of play. Well won there by Van Hatten. There's Manuel with the shot. And again, the Phoenix asking questions.
Yeah, it's really good to see. As I was saying, went 2-0 down in round one and managed to bring that game back to 2-2. And again today, they've gone down 3-1, and instead of throwing in the towel, they just keep searching for another goal. And I really like that character that they've shown today against what is a very strong Miramar side as well.
Well, this is Zach Jones. Still work to do for Miramar Rangers. Chiari with the throw-in. Morrier for Miramar. Nicely cut out. That was good defending. And it might open up here for Hamilton. Oh, it's good touch there from Morrier again. Now Symes. Here's front foot running ball for Ollie White. Zeb. Still there for White. And he's overcooked that one, has Ollie White. Ollie White, a New Zealand under-age representative. Under-17s and under-90s representative. Achol looking for that flick header, and Hamilton, who's coming into the game nicely now. Dewar, space here for Zeb. That was a good pass from Dewar. Now Spain senses the opportunity, comes up from right back. Aaron Spain into the area. Symes has a chance. Oh, he did really well to turn, but just the execution of the shot let him down.
Neither team looking to take their foot off the pedal. Miramar still pushing to try and get another goal, being really positive. It's also allowing the Phoenix opportunities on that break. So Be interesting to see what happens in this last 7 or so minutes.
Yeah, a little push in the back there from Aaron Spain. So the foul conceded. Phoenix free kick. Hamilton. Well, it's gone against Spain. So Achol wins the free kick. Great story, Achol, of course. Came to New Zealand as a refugee from Sudan, and when he was only 6 years old with his grandmother. It's always great to see people making something of their lives when they've come from really difficult circumstances early in life. Zach Jones is out. Fists are clear. Manuel running back here for the Phoenix. Well, they'll be keen to push for that equaliser. Nothing to lose. Sermon. Oh, pass cut out by Del Homel. Now it's Symes. Good pass to White. White has it still for Miramar. And now he's getting himself in trouble. He wins a free kick, Hamilton. Ollie White flicks it over to Zeb. Now Spain. Spain with that characteristic run into the area. Ollie White. Morrier at the near post, sniffing around for that third goal. Complete his hat-trick. Corner it is for Miramar.
Spain has been really good today, coming from the back, driving with that ball forward to create spare players and overloads throughout the whole day. It's a bit of work, sometimes goes unnoticed, to set up some of these moves that Miramar are creating. Again, set play. Bit of danger here for the Phoenix.
There's Akers with the corner. Morrier, and it is cleared away, but a few nervous moments there for the Phoenix, but the pressure remains on their defence. Akers wanders over to take the throw-in. Manuel trying his best over there to win the ball for his team, but Miramar soaking up a few more seconds. 3 minutes of the 90 minutes to play. Was that an illegal throw-in? It was.
Foul throw. This will allow Phoenix to get out.
Manuel under pressure here. Oh, here's White getting the ball. And asking some good, strong defending come out of Finn Sermon there, which he delivered. So it's going to be a corner.
This is good for Miramar, just keeping Phoenix down this end, able to waste more precious seconds.
Well, Del Homel is looking like he wanted the short corner. Ollie White wasn't interested. Oh, well, got to haul it in here. And it's going to be safely in the hands from a Wellington Phoenix perspective of LB Kelly Heald. He's not mucking around. Here comes Zeb. Supic's done well there for the Phoenix. Now Hamilton's got it. Nice recovery there from Chiari, but the pass to him wasn't as accurate, and all the momentum was momentarily lost. Here's Achol. What can he create in these last couple of minutes? As Achol run to the defence. Achol, here's a chance. Oh, big chance for Toomey. Lewis Toomey had the third goal, the equalising goal, right there.
Great chance. Great play from Manny, getting around the outside of Spain. Perfect little ball, and maybe a little bit of a bobble got underneath it to me, and he's seen it over the bar. That's just where the Phoenix have been lacking in those big moments, being not quite as clinical as what Miramar have been in front of goal. That sort of stuff sometimes comes from that experience of being in that situation a lot.
Well, it's gone out though. Joao Morrier couldn't get it back in field in time. So it looks like it's going to be a throw-in for the Phoenix. He's been a few around the world a bit. Joao Morrier knows how to play a game of football as Zeb. And Aaron Spain comes up again. Nice challenge coming in there from Lucas Kelly-Heald. Wins the ball back for the Phoenix, and now they have a chance to counter. Oh, that touch from Hamilton, just a touch too strong. And what could have been a promising opportunity has been turned over, and Miramar now back in possession. So 4 minutes of added time, and Zeb is through. Zeb, and that's going to be kept in field. Well, good work there in the end, but it's still there for Miramar. And another good challenge coming in from Lucas Kelly-Heald. So 4 minutes of added time, and almost one of those has elapsed now. So 3 and a bit minutes left now for the Phoenix to get something out of this game. And Morrier is going to be yellow carded for that incident there. Looked like he got a bit of ball there, Michael. However, that's the decision. There's Achol. Oh, nice challenge from Spain that time. Here's White. Achol wins it again. His tackling's been superb in this game.
Working back from the front. Some good work right there, helping his team out.
Jones will play the territory game, just haul it as far as he can. Joao Morrier concedes another foul. Here's a good ball. Coming through is Barton Ginger. Supek rather, over to Chiari. Here's Supek doing really well. Miramar just playing the territory game again. Just a couple of minutes to play. Can the Phoenix, who look more enthusiastic at the moment, can they get that third equalising goal? Toomey the target of that pass. But Spain, who's had a really good game at right back, hasn't he? He's done everything precisely in his position today. Manuel. Manuel gets it back. And that gives the Miramar Rangers side and their keeper, Zach Jones here, the chance to soak up a bit more time, and Oscar Van Hadem.
Another opportunity just to burn a few more seconds on the clock. Sure, it's not quite that bad.
Zach Jones taking his time here. I'm sure he'll be all right after that. Yeah, I don't think that injury is going to take much on the physio table tomorrow from Zach Jones. Well won by Sermon. Just get it to Achol's feet one more time here. He's chasing through Van Hadem. Van Hadem's got it. Oh, Jones has partially stopped it and got it. Well, a nervous little moment there for Miramar right at the end of the game. Almost a moment of brilliance from Oscar Van Hadem.
Yeah, as soon as that ball gets sent forward and it bounces, it then becomes anyone's ball, and Manny made himself a bit of a nuisance there. They've almost nicked something at the death.
Well, they might have one more chance yet as Toomey. Aaron Spain with a good stop, and that is appropriate that he has the last say. He's had a terrific game at right back for Miramar Rangers. It is full time, and it is going to be the home team, Miramar, who win this game and stay unbeaten, win both their games so far in the South Central Series. They joined Wellington Olympic at the top of this table. 3-2 the final score. Morrier with 2, and George Akers, the other goal scorer for Miramar Rangers. And for the Wellington Phoenix, well, they don't get any points out of this game and remain on 0, but it is Oscar Van Hadem who scored their 2 goals. So an entertaining game. We hope you enjoyed it here on Sky Sport Next. Thanks to Michael Bilt for helping me commentate the game today. Thanks to all the crew that shot it, Fred de Jong and the team next door who directed it. All the best to you, and we hopefully will see you for the next game here in Sky Sport Next. But it's congratulations to Miramar Rangers who have won this today by 3-2. He's taking the corner. Nice touch, just there, it's in! And Western Suburbs have opened the scoring in the first 8 minutes.
But I think the stoppage of play, probably players lost a little bit of concentration. Hard to see from that angle.
Good way play from him. Oh, it's off the crossbar from Bevan. Still there for Zeb. Now Spain. Here's Bevan. And it's across the face. No one there to put it home for Miramar Rangers. Stroud. Cut out by Barnett. Now this could be dangerous here as Barnett runs. Akers. White. Good turn, good change of direction. White, he's there. And Ollie White has equalised for Miramar. Beautifully taken goal, exceptional finish. Miramar dominating everything really since that moment. But they've only managed to get 1 goal. Now here's Akers again with this corner. Sims is partially blocked there. It's still there. It's clipped, and yes, there is the goal for Miramar. Yes, it is a goal. It is Sam Mason-Smith who's got